Today was a swirl of mixed emotions. As we packed up our beloved Airbnb in Seychelles, we were excited for the new destination waiting on the other side of this glorious island. Yet hesitant too, knowing it would be the city. After falling so deeply in love with the slower rhythm of our little seaside place, we weren't sure how Funchal would feel. But new adventures were calling, so we loaded our bags into our little rental car and set out. The drive was anything but ordinary. With a late check-in time of 4 p.m., we weren't in a hurry, which allowed us to savor the journey. Once again, the island showed us just how dramatically the climate shifts as you weave up and down its steep slopes. Each turn revealed something new, each stop stealing our breath. At one stop, another sweet island cat trotted over to greet us, this one with the bluest eyes I've ever seen. It gets harder and harder to leave these precious animals behind, though they all seem so loved and cared for. Time stretched as we lingered, caught in the limbo between having hours to kill and not wanting to stray too far away from the car. And as it happens, sometimes when traveling, the shine dulled a little, fatigue crept in, patience wore thin, and the kind of hunger that makes everything feel heavier started to set in. Eventually, we decided to head towards our Airbnb early, just to make sure we knew the place and could park. That's when things started to get interesting. If we thought the narrow country roads were treacherous, the streets of Funchal proved to be another beast entirely. Steep hills paired with city traffic and the constant squeeze of parked cars made the drive feel like threading a needle while someone shook the fabric. Let's just say it wasn't the smoothest part of our journey, but it certainly was memorable. We finally made it to the Airbnb, though check-in was anything but smooth. Parking alone felt like something out of a video game. Level 1000. Dante, determined as ever, somehow managed to beat that level, and we wedged our little car into an impossibly tight lot. Though our sanity barely survived the process, bags in hand, we hauled ourselves upstairs, only to feel that sinking disappointment that sometimes comes with travel. Maybe it was fatigue, maybe it was stress, but the place didn't quite match the photos we had seen. The edges were warm, the charm was a little faded, and we couldn't help but compare it to the cozy gem we had just left behind in Seychelles. We arrived at our place in Funchal, and this is our Airbnb. It isn't quite what we thought it would be. Pictures were definitely when it was newer, so we're adjusting our expectations a bit. But the view is nice. We can see all the way to the port, and the cruise ships will dock there. At least there's a decent sized shower. And this is the bedroom. Yeah, definitely not what we were expecting. After taking a moment and taking in the view, we gave each other a pep talk only travel companions can do, shrugged off the disappointment, and decided to set out on foot. I got fish tacos, and Dante got a seafood burrito of some sort. And we're right across from a rum bar that we're going to hit up later. Nope, Dante ain't waiting. He's gonna be messy about it too. Dinner was a success. To our delight, we were only a short, if very steep walk away from the heart of Funchal. The streets were alive, the air warm with that eternal spring Madeira is famous for. My artist heart skipped a beat when we stumbled upon the painted doors, vivid, whimsical, and full of soul. Restaurants spilled onto the streets, waiters smiling and beckoning, each one promising the best meal. But my craving had been set. After days of Portuguese dishes, delicious as they were, I needed tacos. We found a Mexican spot, sat down, and devoured our meal like it was a feast. Hunger softened, moods lifted, and suddenly we were ready to fall in love with this city. The sunset is making up for the... As the sky began to glow, we wandered towards the harbor. What unfolded was nothing short of breathtaking. The sun sinking behind the mountains, painting clouds in luminous shades of pink and orange, the city lights flickering to life like scattered stars. We stayed until the last traces of color gave way to night, letting the beauty sink deep. But Funchal wasn't done with us yet. Drawn by the music, we ducked into a rum bar where a friendly local persuaded Dante into a tasting. Guitar notes drifted through the air, weaving with the hum of conversation and laughter. Later, with our spirits lifted, we found dessert, an apple crumble cake with homemade vanilla ice cream, and of course another pasta donata. This one sadly didn't live up to the one from earlier in the trip, but we didn't mind. The city had already worked its magic on us. We took our time strolling through the streets, taking in the sights and the smells of the glorious food wafting in through all the different restaurants. So we're gonna take a gondola up to the Monte Palace. Pretty sure that's how you say it. It goes all the way up and across. No lines. Another early morning found us making a steep walk down to catch the gondola up to Monte Palace Tropical Gardens. To our delight, we were early enough to have a gondola all to ourselves. As we rose above Funchal, the city stretched beneath us in a sea of terracotta roofs. Slowly, waking with the day, Dante shifted from side to side, camera in hand, capturing every single angle, while I tensed slightly at the gentle sway of the cabin. And we made it to the top. We're on our way to the Monte Palace. When we stepped off at the top, a light drizzle greeted us. Though the dense canopy of the gardens shielded us from most of it, cameras ready, we wandered into the lush, quiet world of Monte Palace. Arriving early has its rewards. For a time, it felt like we had the place to ourselves. The trick really is to be first in line. We lingered among the greenery, taking our time to savor each corner before stopping at a small cafe for a simple breakfast. It was here we sampled Madeiran wine for the first time, syrupy and sweet with notes of honey and flowers. It wasn't the kind of wine we usually chose, but trying it felt essential, one of those when in Madeira moments. After exploring further, we set our sights on the famous wicker sledges, eager to slide down the slick mountain road, but to our disappointment, the ride was closed due to the rain. Hoping our luck would change, we decided to wait until after lunch. This charming little restaurant, clinging to the side of the mountain, decorated with care and warmth, Dante ordered a pizza topped with an unusual mix of shrimp, chicken, bacon, cocktail sauce, and oregano, a combination he ended up loving. I chose the Carolino rice with shrimp and saffron. Flavorful, though a touch salty, it was nonetheless a satisfying meal. This market greeted us with a riot of colors, stalls brimming with tropical fresh fruits, vegetables, fragrant spices, and vibrant flowers. Cameras once again ready in hand, we captured the energy and hues of the market. I was particularly inspired by some of the fruit displays and already imagined turning them into paintings once I'm home. I sampled dried fruits, bought a small bag, and was reassured I could take them on the plane. I'm skeptical. I'm willing to try my luck with customs. With the sun shining, we strolled through Funchal streets and treated to ourselves to another pasta donata, this one for a spot known for being the best. Truly lived up to its reputation. Flaky, creamy, and warm, perhaps the finest we had yet. We headed over to meet a couple I had befriended on Facebook before the trip. They were from the Netherlands, and as the daylight gave to evening, we sat together trading stories about life in our different countries, realizing how much we all shared in common. It was the perfect way to close a day full of both surprises and simple pleasures.